in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, to the motherfucking yo. We are back with another episode of OTR Radio, baby.
What the fuck is good, baby?
Yeah. We didn't record just one today. We recorded two. Playboy, we on a hot one. And today we have another special fucking guest. This guy is one of my favorite guys ever. He's a brother of mine, a brother from another mother. He is the founder of Invade Nightlife. He is one of the most hardest working men out here in the scene right now. Give it up to the one and only RedHood one time.
Yeah. What's good, everybody? How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Good, brother. How are you doing?
Hey, it's an honor to be here, man.
Dude,
I love it. I love the revival. It's a blessing for sure.
Bro,
thank you guys for having me.
No, dude, we're super hyped to have you, bro. I know we've been talking about having you on as one of our guests for a long time. Even when we had on the Rise Radio just going up.
As a little infant baby child of ours.
Definitely. No, I remember since back then, you guys were, I love the vision already since then. And I'm just glad you guys didn't leave it. You guys shelved it, but you guys were like, now we're diving back in the right way, the full-fledged way. So, shout out to you guys, man. Congrats, too, by the way.
Thank you, bro.
We had to get our fucking hands dirty in the scene, really get down and dirty.
Yeah, you know, the more we dissect it and the more we kind of, like, look at the so-called hiatus, I call it, I think it was more, like, getting deeper rooted in the scene and kind of getting more of a reputation as far as like artists and people as just people in general. And I think people needed to give us a little bit more respect and kind of build that like, hey, like we're not newbies anymore. We have some time in our belt, under our belt, and we're here to share the knowledge. So
no, most definitely. Honestly, I feel like in the community, the community itself, there's just a lack of just trying to help each other for the greater good, not for no monetary gain, just for the love of the game.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, for the love of the game, baby.
It's just the worst. You know, I hate the personas sometimes, but you know,
no, definitely,
the
bro.
politics of it all.
Yeah,
right?
the politics of it all gets crazy.
The
bro.
egos, the drama.
Egos, that's what it is. Shout out to the egos.
You know what, bro? Before getting into like this like scene, I never knew how political it can get, how I would say dramatic it can get at the same time, because people's ego or feelings get hurt so easily, man. It's just wild to me. It feels like we're in high school all over again sometimes.
No, that's exactly what it feels like.
Sometimes it's like, hey, you're talking to the wrong person. What the hell? Now I'm mad at you. And it's like, bro, what the hell? Like, I'm just trying to keep the peace.
Like we're supposed to pick sides and shit out here. Like, no, bro. Like, we're supposed to help everybody out.
Yeah.
You would hope so, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the way that we, like, especially with the IE being what it is. I feel like it's so divided at times that we can be up and rise and create a community, and it's there. We have some of the best talent I personally know. And,
no, dude, for sure.
You know, go as a fan, as a friend to go to their sets, and it's awesome. But it's a lot more work needs to be done. But you know, glad we have obviously like platforms like you guys to help us out too as well.
No.
Yes, sir.
And before we dive in more into like that type of realm, I think I want to just bring it back and bring it towards you a little bit, brother, and just kind of get like people a understanding of who RedHood is as a person and kind of where you started to get involved as far as just the music in general and dance music in general, and how you did the progression from just a festival goer, just a rave goer, to then a DJ, then running a collective.
Yeah,
I think that's an important journey that we want to hear.
Honestly, it was definitely something that doesn't happen overnight. I'm sure you guys can attest to. It was just like deep rooted in. I mean, my love for music came from, you know, just having to wake up on Sunday to clean this Mexican music, Hispanic music, you know, you name it. 7 a.m. I hear Selena going, I'm going. Like, damn, it's time to get up already.
Where did little baby RedHood get his footing? You know,
I give my ultimate. You know, I think my knowledge stems from my uncle. You know, he's just one of my biggest influences in music in general. Like, he got me into the East Coast hip hop scene heavy. Like, I was East Coast rapping like you would thought I lived over there. Like,
no way.
I was Team Nas, Team Jay-Z before.
Wu-Tang.
I was Team Pac. Wu-Tang was huge. He was one of the first to show me them too. So like,
Eddie.
I was just Team East Coast for the longest, and
Okay.
From I think from my love for music stemmed from there, and then I started just discovering different avenues. So like going into rock, you know, going into different genres, and then once I discovered dance music, it was just more of like the Chicago house era dance music, like so the older stuff. So I was kind of like, okay, like this groove, it got something to it. It got my shoulders bouncing. That honestly was like around like 10 years old.
Okay.
And I didn't even know it was like a whole movement over here yet. Like so. I mean, for me, going through middle school, going through high school, started seeing these like kind of like sort of all ages kind of parties, teen parties, and I'm just like, what the fuck is Gotham?
You're Gotham.
And I'm over here like
exactly.
I'm over here a Batman stan as it is, a Batman comic book fan, and I'm over
perfect.
Here like,
you're like, damn,
Gotham, that sounds interesting. It sounds crazy.
That piqued your interest real quick.
I went once, twice, and I was kind of like, wow, this is crazy. This is like, I'm hearing fucking Bloody Beetroots edits. I'm hearing fucking, DJ Chucky kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
And you're scratching D-Lo's itch right now, bro. Look at him.
And then once I'm hearing stuff like that, I'm just kind of like, what the fuck is this? It's a whole new world that I just started just deep diving into. Coming out of high school, I was still mostly just going to hip-hop shows, but it took me just kind of stepping out of my comfort box from other people around me, in my friend group that were just like, we're going to these festivals, these events, and I'm like, okay, house music all day, that's interesting. Like, I listen to house music on, like, my playlist, but, like, never thought of going to go see it live,
Is it something that at first you thought, I don't want to call it taboo, but you thought it was a little weird to be listening out and about with your friends because they were on some other shit?
Oh, most definitely. I'm not going to lie to you when I do say, like, I'm over here, like, I wonder if my family would approve of this kind of culture, because it's, like, it's not the culture of, like, they see the negative aspects of it that I'm glorifying. I'm glorifying the love, the passion, the dance flow, the music.
They're seeing the body counts on the news and shit.
Yeah,
the day after,
the overdosing,
all
the and that's not like the culture I fell in love with it for. That's just unfortunately the bad part of it.
Yeah, they just highlight the bad stuff.
Yeah, and it is what it is. It's always gonna be glorified. They're gonna overlook the good it could do. They're gonna overlook the charity drives and like the foundations that keep me set up from all these DJs now who have made it and do good with it. So it's a good with the bad, but no, honestly, my love stemmed from there. And then from there, once I started going into the house music realms, started going to those sets live, it just started just like, I've always been like the designated aux guy when it came to the hip hop guy with my friend group.
Yeah.
Like when in doubt, like it was just always giving it to me, like no matter where I was, like
you were a DJ.
It was just I was a DJ, like old school, just fucking have the next song, have the next song already loaded up, ready to go, and so it was just a real naturally process actually. So. I think my transition into DJing just became just kind of like I said, not overnight at all. It was just like slowly built into it and pushed over
natural
from, my friend group.
Now, what year is this when you start like saying, okay, from what year was your first festival? Let's go there first.
Okay, my first festival ever for sure was like, probably like 20. No, it was 2018. So 2018.
Okay.
So I was. Just kind of first experiencing it. I was one of the ones at the NOS Center. I can't remember. It might have been like Beyond or whatever, And but yeah.
From there, how many years was it that you said, okay, I'm just a goer now I want to make the transition to DJ?
You know what? That did take a while. So, during COVID, the whole COVID thing happened. And during COVID, I was kind of being pushed to it too, more by my friend group. Definitely one of my homegirls, who ended up passing. She was actually one of the ones that was telling me, like, yo, Chew, you have to be doing this. Like, you would kill it at this. And I'm just kind of like, no, like, it's so, like, I don't know. Like, at the time, I'm just kind of like, it's like, is that really my realm? Is that what I'm supposed to do? She's like, well, you do it naturally as it is. Like, and you love it as it is. I was like, yeah, I mean, and then, like, she kind of explained to me what I do with the Knox chord is kind of like what a DJ does, sort of to, like, like, just controlling the flow of the room, like, how everyone's vibing, like, whether it's just,
some extra tools on it.
Yeah, and so I was kind of like, wow, you do have a point. Still wasn't pushed off the ledge, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't take the full leap until, like, put it into fruition until, like, just about 3 years ago now. Wow. So, yeah, so it's only been, like, about 3 years since I started, like, my road journey.
That's crazy, man. And I asked because I met you around that time where you barely started getting into it. It's just crazy to think that's how far we've gone from that time to now.
Yeah.
I know, and it seems like it's a millennium, but it's really not. Like, 3 years is nothing.
Yeah, it feels like it was just yesterday. That's the thing. Like, it feels like a long time, but it's really not at all, dude. And it doesn't feel like it at all. Like I said, it just feels like it was just yesterday. I remember those, like, first little, like, sessions at Ruben. Shout out Ruben. We'd be at his house, and, you were interested, and I remember you seeing just kind of fucking around, just to hang out with the homies and mix.
Yeah, most definitely.
Take it serious. I remember being part of some conversations at his house too. Like, hey, are you thinking about doing this? Like, what's up? And you were like, I'm not too sure yet. And I remember I had booked you for House Circuit. I think, or no, back then it was the Lion's Den, but I think it was like your second show.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, you're right. It's literally my second show. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember you were just super thankful about it. But I remember you killing it, man. Even for your second show, like you already knew, like you had the tools in your belt, and
ones
you knew how
and
to get
twos were dialed, bro.
No,
you knew what to do.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, for me, I'm an obsessionist when it comes to like, even if it's like a hobby, whether it's a hobby, a passion, whatever it is, whether it's I'm a completionist to the fullest, and so I wanted to dive into something. I wanted to dive into it and just like fully
do it right.
Just do it right. Do it justice.
Quality.
Do it to the people who've done it before me, the people who do it after me. You know, you want to do it right the right way.
Like I always like to say, respect the craft, you know?
No, most definitely. Yeah. And people, the craftsmen, and women, of course, the craftspeople who are part of it all in general. So it's like, I just want to do it justice at the end of the day.
Yeah. I actually met you at Escape Afters. Yeah, on the funniest shit ever. Yeah. I was all by myself, and I just run into like you and your group. I don't think I spoke to you initially. I think it was one of your friends.
Yeah.
And I was all by myself, and fucking my friends that I came with went back to the hotel room, and I was like, fuck that, I'm still trying to party.
No, I remember.
So
that shit was
crazy. I ended up linking with him and fucking his whole squad, and I just kicked it with him the whole fucking night.
The whole night, dude.
And
it was insane.
Yeah, I fucking we pull up to your hotel room like months later. I'm with Elo and Crucified, and I'm like, what the fuck? I know this guy. Yeah. I'm like, I met this guy already. Yeah, that shit was funny though.
That was insane. Honestly, it blew my mind how just how the world works like that. Especially because we were just vibing. He was just chilling with the group. He was mad cool. I was just like, oh, this guy's dope as fuck. And then once we went to separate raves, I was like, man, I was cool at the rave, or like it could just provide an experience like that, right? And then sure enough, like he said, months down, it might have been like a month or two down the line.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
It might have been like a couple weeks
like
after.
Like a week or
Yeah, we were gonna go see like Clooney at the park or something.
Yeah, it was for Clooney.
Yeah. And you pulled up when we were right there. We had the decks, and we're like, "What the fuck? What a small world!" You know, it blew my mind to this day. Like, what the way this shit lined up was crazy. But shout out to that, man. That was awesome.
You know, it's cool how community like that brings us together, and it's wild that even from little moments like that, we have these relationships with these people later on. Like, bro, we met like randomly as well at an event, and we hit it off right away, and we've been boys since, man. Like I'm bringing you everywhere with me. Like you've seen it, but it's great to see, man. And as you're putting your journey together for what you would call a DJ, like when did you stumble across like RedHood being your name, and like what was the decision for it? Like why did you stumble upon that?
So honestly, that was actually one of my biggest like internal struggles first starting off.
Finding a name.
Yeah, finding a name, because everyone, like my identity, all my friend group, they knew me as Chewy. For the most part, Chewy just being a play on the Mexican nickname for Jesus. Which is my real name, and so Chewy was what everyone kind of called me. I was stuck between. Like, just Chewy was, like, to me, like, I kind of wanted to almost just kind of have a, different, I would say alter ego, but not really. It was just more, like, to separate me, like, as an artist name.
Like, an artist name, yeah.
Yeah, like, so to speak. And when I was flowing with it, I was just stuck between RedHood and Zeus. And Zeus was, to me, was just a play on my name. Like, hey, Zeus, or, like, Zeus. And Zeus, for me, since going back in the days, like, Xbox Live. Yeah. Cursing people out days.
Yeah. That was your gamer tag?
I was Zeus the God,
Oh, okay.
So if you ever got killed, shout out to me, bro.
I remember you.
And I was Zeus the God, and it was just basically like something I was super stuck on. I was like, it's short, but it's like cool. It's one syllable, like it'd be a vibe. But honestly, like I want to somehow incorporate still like my love for like just anime and comic books, what I feel like molded me a lot just growing up as a child, because I just love to read. I was engulfed by fiction. Like, that's cool. I was big on reading, and of course, my best series were from the Batman world. So, RedHood is just basically one of the stories of where like Robin, he ends up one of his Robins, because he has multiple throughout his life. One of his Robins ends up getting captured by the Joker. Joker wants to, just being a sick ass boy, just wants to like prove a point to him, and he ends up killing him. And Batman thinks he's dead. Everyone thinks he's dead. someone gets his body, puts it like in the Lazarus pit just to revive him. All this crazy shit happens.
Yeah.
He comes back just like super, just pissed at the world. And you know, when he comes back, he comes back and like shows Batman like, yo, you should have been killing these criminals like this. Let me show you. And it's just like he becomes an anti-hero.
Yeah.
So it's like him like having the tools and knowing what's the right thing, like to finding the right path, like, you know, having that turmoil of like justice, the good and evil. Like if I keep locking up Joker, but he keeps getting out and killing like 100 people every time he gets out, if I just kill him now, which is like, you know, but then he ends up finding out, which kind of what Batman wants to preach is like, what it makes us no better than him if you're judge, jury, and executioner. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I just thought like his whole like storyline is crazy. His flip back to being a hero is crazy. Like it's overall insane, and I just found like it's just duality of a man. Just it spoke to me, and you know, not for nothing, red is my favorite color. So
No, yeah, bro.
it just tied it together too good.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think you did it well. It's like it's you giving yourself a different persona that you're able to kind of like show, hey, like I'm not fully this. Like let me show you what I can do. You know.
No, and it's awesome because like I have friends and family who know me like as a Susan Chewy, but then like I'll be out right now and see some like, you know, people from the industry or people out in the world who know me, and they'll be like, oh, what's up, Red, or something like that. They're like, what the fuck? Who's that? Like, it's a trip.
You've built a really good brand around it.
They're like, what the fuck? Who's that? Like, you know, and it's just a trip now. Just even having to explain that to that. Even my brother Marco, he's been with me sometimes. You know, ran into like the homie, the Brands actually. Shout out to the Brands. I've seen him at Ralph's randomly because we live in the same area. We see each other so many times there. And he just like, oh, it's a trip. He just calls you Red. Like, like, oh, it's a Red Hood. I'm just like, no, it's just how it is, though. Like, we know each other. When I'm referencing to someone, I usually use their DJ name for the most part. You know what I mean? It's just how it
becomes like a household name.
Yeah.
No, it does.
It's wild how we do that. Like,
no, and I love it, honestly. Like,
same.
It's awesome.
No, it is really cool, honestly. Like, having, like, been in different genres or, like, being, like, a rap and singer before, like, having come from being like this artist to this artist, it's really cool to like, I don't know, just be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like just shed a skin.
Yeah, exactly.
And fucking, you know, step into something new, artistically.
No, most definitely. I feel like it's kind of like
it's like a little chip on your shoulder. Like I don't know, it gives you like confidence. You're like, damn, like.
And in a way, the persona just becomes like a little superhero alter ego. You determine to tie it back to the Red Hood thing. You know what I mean? Like it just kind of becomes like your second mask that you put on, like when you're out there like on stage or performing, whether it's, you know, to you and your homies or to you in front of wherever you are. It just becomes like your alter ego, so to speak, or like the mantle you take on, and it's a great feeling because like there's nothing like it. You guys can attest to it. Just playing in front of a crowd who's just flowing with you is just like the best high ever. Like
it's undescribable.
Oh, it is. Like
every time anybody asks me like, how do you feel when you're up there performing or whatever?
Man.
It's hard to explain.
It's like flying.
Yeah, like they know I'm a pothead, so they're like, is it like when you get high? Like, is it a high like that? I'm like, nah. It's just you feel so alive. You feel like
no, you really do.
I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but when I'm up there, I feel like we are all one. Like what is it? Not symbiote, but like just an organism. Like just moving.
Together.
Just all. What is it?
Just cohesive. Like just
being one.
All like, working parts in a big machine.
Big machine. Yeah, no, exactly.
It's really cool.
And that's how it is. Like just taking a step back. I love personally taking a step back and then just seeing like everyone just locked in on the groove of it. Oh man, it's just the craziest feeling ever.
It's overwhelming, but
as a fan, it's just amazing because I'm still a fan to this day of every one of my peers. Like I love it, and it's awesome.
That's like I think one of the like most important things, like being a DJ or artist, is like also being in the crowd. You know, to start out. Like
I love the crowd
because like
I love that shit.
You got to know what the crowd wants. You got to be in the crowd, baby.
I don't trust no DJ that doesn't dance. Like,
yeah,
I don't trust
100%.
no DJ that can't be in the crowd dancing ever. Like, fuck that. You're like, oh, you don't have no soul to you, brother.
Nothing. Now, you finally get the Red Hood persona together. You're now doing events. You're now comfortable behind the decks. When do you say, hey, I'm looking for a home with Funday?
So honestly, it was a little bit before all that. Of course, the first collective, you know, that put me on. Shout out to Rich. Shout out to the guys. Shout out to us. Hypnotic, of course. And, you know, him just giving me the platform, I feel like gave me the confidence boost. You know, how you booked me with Lions Den back in the day, too. Like, you guys being able to provide those platforms just gave me, like, okay, like I can do this. Like I got the jumping points. I got like jumped into the deep end, so to speak. But now I know I can swim. I know I can float in here. Let me start really toning and just sharpening my tools. And honestly, seeing what Funday was doing with the community, seeing of course what they were working on with the rooftops, I was just such a fan. Like the rooftops were just a vibe.
Yeah, they always are.
Shout out to Orlando and the team over there for sure. That it's just like it just started like growing the love to me even more. Like there was even days where like I feel like the passion wasn't there as good as some of the other days, and just going to a good event would change all that for me.
Oh, for sure.
Like it would just like completely just turn it up for me, turn it 180 for me. That like I realize why I'm in it sometimes. Just kind of needs that realization of that.
Those events have been definitely I want to say an important piece for the IE when it comes to events, and I'm not throwing shade to any other collectives that are doing it, because I know there's a lot of collectives that are doing it. Yeah. But when it comes to just legal, legit,
they've like set a standard,
and standards, and they're you guys are now. I don't want to say they, but you guys are now a corporation. You guys are moving a certain way as like the pros do, and that's a big thing. I mentioned it before. I understand we all want to play primetime at and afters, but at the end of the day, we don't want to be in Redlands or Riverside all our life. We want to be in Ibiza. We want to be in Berlin. We want to be all over the world doing these events, and in order to do that, we need to hold ourselves to a standard. Yeah. And I think you guys are doing really well as a group, as a company, as a corporation, setting that standard.
No. And then what I admire too, like you said, it was by the book stuff. Like that is like such a hard thing to accomplish at times, because you already know sometimes bars and nightclubs or venues in general, they don't always play the nicest. They don't have their stuff down packed, and just being able to find good partnerships, and that's just always been like something that like I've been kind of just taking note on, and just like thankful that we've been given the chances and the partnerships that we've been getting into.
Now, you're a resident DJ on there, and that's awesome. Yeah. And congratulations for that. For someone that isn't a resident or is trying to become a resident, not for Funday specifically, but overall for anyone that's just trying to become a resident for any collective, what do you think they should be doing? What should the approach be? What is something that promoters, like including yourself, are looking for when it comes to fresh talent? Like, what are you looking for?
Honestly, most definitely, first and foremost, would be like kind of the fan aspect, kind of tying back into it. Just going and supporting, showing love for the fans. Support. Like, as a fan, coming to the events. Whether it's person tickets, whether it's just, however case RCP, however you get there going, posting yourself there, talking to the people, just showing them love, like, hey, you guys killed it. Like, little stuff like that goes a long way. They keep seeing your face more. They're showing, like, hey, this is genuine love. They're not asking for any handouts. They're just asking, like, they're just coming as a fan. They're coming as a genuine supporter. And, of course, as the opportunities present themselves, which they will eventually, you start to build those genuine bonds, and it's just all networking. It is a large amount of networking, but it has to be networking that's like
genuine,
meaningful.
Right?
Yes, because I feel like especially with most teams and most people in the crowd, like it's just most people in the background of the scenes, they start to realize like the if it's genuine or not, like. Yeah. I'm sure you guys could all tell, like, okay, this person just wanted to come play, like they just want to play.
And those are the same people that come, play their set, and dip. Yep.
Yeah. We won't bring anyone who come 10 minutes before they play, leave 5 minutes after they play. Hey, more power to them, and that's awesome. But I honestly respect the people that are like just there, and like you can be there. I'm not saying be there from open and close. It's realistic. We're adults. Like it's impossible nowadays unless you're pretty much standing or running the event. Yeah. But like going before. With mindful time before, staying after and mingling in the crowd, just like dancing, like, just being a part of the show.
With the community,
I think for me, that would qualify as bare minimum, which is not, but I think it should because it's like more of a respectful thing, more of like, this is awesome. Thank you for giving me the platform. This is the bare minimum way to show you my love back.
Like unwritten rule,
and so it does definitely hurt when, you don't see like the love just being spread around, the full times, but yeah.
And you think right now we're seeing a lot of disrespect coming from like up and coming DJs with that like type of
I think it's just that they just probably yes and no, probably they just need times to get their feet wet, times to realize, like, why am I not getting these callbacks anymore? Like, why do I only get booked once over there, and they'll tell me we'll be in touch, and they're never in touch, And it's just because of, like, you got to realize, like, okay, let me go self-diagnose real quick. Like, maybe I could have promoted more, posted more, just got out of my comfort zone a bit, and bring more people, stayed longer, little stuff like that. Just we have to just improve and just take day by day. Is something that's going to be so much needed, and you can't just be so set in your ways. Like, being fluid and adaptable is just the name of the game as it is.
Yes, sir. I think fluid and adaptable is a good one. What about when do you think it's too much? When do you think, okay, now they're being fake about it? Now they're just being a kiss ass. Now, like, what's the line that one has to draw for that?
I mean, honestly, from there, I think it just becomes like almost,
because for me, I feel like once someone becomes like that, they now become like a nuisance. It's not even like they're trying in their good way. Like they are.
It's just a way to do it tastefully.
Yeah, they're trying. Like, they have good intentions behind it, but they're not executing it correctly.
Yeah, I feel like that it becomes like, I mean, it's just like it's just everything that comes from the tone, the communication of it all. Like, hey, like, you're like this to my face when you're here, but like, dude, you don't even interact with anything I post. You don't show no love to an event. If you're not booked for the event, you're not even coming. Like, you're never even coming. You're never even posting or giving me any kind of like support. Oh, like, I dope. I saw what you did. Like, no, like, and so that's kind of like, are you actually really like supportive of me or not? Which kind of shouldn't matter either too, I know, but it's just kind of like shows you like, those are some people that you might want to think two times about fully banking on.
100%, man. I mean, people are always watching. Yeah. They're never liking. They're never interacting with anything. Yeah. They just want to see what's going on because they want to keep tabs, but they want to try to do
which is, hey, more power to you. We're not gonna lose sleep over it, 100%. But it's just like you would think a little bit more genuine, and the game would go a long way, Yeah.
Now, when does Invade become an idea in your head? When does that become like, hey, I want to do something for the community and give back? Like, what?
So honestly, just like, that stemmed from just really just collabing with my boy Theo. Shout out to Theo, who you guys had on, Theo Rubin.
Yeah.
And
he's our guy. He's fucking
he
awesome.
was just like, we want to just, if we didn't want it's to start as a collective, so to speak. We wanted to stay away from the collective thing because at the time we were like, in a transition from Hypnotic to Funday. But we still wanted to throw little side events or little just pop-ups or, just maybe you started as a YouTube series kind of thing, but like, something to like, for more of our weirder side, because of, especially even just kind of going back to our music taste, we started getting into that like more little like minimal deep tech kind of shit. Like, so it was just different. We wanted to kind of play on that. And Invade just kind of just started happening. It's then from him, the name originally. And the idea of just taking in like the whole outer space team just started it was just us just clashing in the middle, just like kind of getting warred and whipping together with it. So from there, it's just been growing a little. And right now we're kind of using it mostly as a platform to discover new and upcoming people.
Yes, and that's what I was going to get into next, man. I think what you guys have done at Invade is create such a beautiful thing for the community where you guys are bringing in fresh talent to kind of get their feet wet and like get them get their feet wet of like how it's like in the scene and are they able to do it and if you guys like them or not to then progress them onto better things. It's such a really cool thing and a cool idea that you guys are doing because not a lot of people are doing that. Obviously a lot of people do open decks and shout out to everybody that does. But it's different because you guys literally will cater to like almost the 4 hours of open decks, and if not, you guys are giving it to nothing but like people that are newer to the scene or no one's heard of, and that's fucking awesome, dude.
I give you guys props for that. When we're doing our search, we always try to like stress that, like, hey, we love and appreciate those people that keep coming back and playing. Don't get me wrong, but you got to realize too, the priority will be given to our new up and comers, the people who might never get a chance to go play at a venue without them speaking out because they can't speak out. We're trying to give you the chance to be able just to come, like, hey. Come drop, even if it's just like your first ever set. Come play 20, 30 minutes. Just see what the CDJs feel like or just how all-in-one feels like. And it's completely different, It's awesome really experience to be able to give people that. I mean, I can literally tell you at least in the last year and a half, 2 years we've been running it, actually, almost 2 years now this summer. It's just going to be, we've probably put like, close to like 30, 40 people we never would have met just on lineups because of that movement. That's really fucking cool. And that like just branches out to a bigger network of things, just branches off and it's just amazing to feel.
Where could people find these events?
So we do have a page. It's just at Invade_Nightlife.
We'll put that in the link, in the bio below.
Appreciate it. And honestly, and we are going to be working in terms for a new residency. We're always at Project Relevance, so you guys can always catch us there. So starting in March and April, we're trying to be a little bit more, there.
More active.
So I think April we're trying to work out something with the owner. Shout out to Eric over there, project that. He's going, every other Saturday maybe with us, and then we're doing every other Wednesday continuing on. Okay. So the Wednesday slots are going to be mostly for like we call it the New Worlds Night, just to discover the new talent.
Nice.
And then Saturdays is going to be more of our showcases where, we pick those like qualified individuals to move them over to like a more stronger night. Bring your support out, come dance.
And again, dude, that's a fucking awesome way to do it.
It's a really beautiful structure you guys have.
Yeah. I think you guys are doing a great thing, and I think the way you guys have managed it as well. And not just that, man. I think overall you're giving back to the community because at the end of the day, we want to make this thing happen for everyone, right?
Most definitely.
We talked about in the last pod, and I'm sure we're gonna keep talking about it. But everyone wants a piece of the pie, and in order to do that, is we all gotta give like each other a fork and a plate and say, okay, get some,
Yeah.
You guys have done awesome with that. What point are you guys deciding, okay, this is like what the structure is going to be for Invade? Like, when did you guys say, like, this is what we want to do?
So, Invade, it was just started with me and Ruben, but after our first event, we immediately added on our boy Helifucked, who actually runs Casa Sucia. He's a dog, man. That's our boy.
I'm going to get him on here soon, too. And shout out fucking Helifucked.
Yeah, he's a plethora of knowledge for sure, let me tell you. And that boy is just awesome, man. One of the best dudes I ever met, just ever because of this industry, bro. Like, just in general, just a good dude. And, he just, and VD came on as one of, like, our just main pieces as well, too. So that's me, him, and Ruben running it. We have our boy Maui, who's our resident as well. And it's just awesome as well that, so this year was going to be the first year we're going to start officially expanding, putting on resident DJs.
Nice.
Finally, maybe, more operation structure, just because we want to take it a little bit up to the next level now that we have a lot of time. Yeah. Of course, we have Ruben over there as talent buying and Funday for Electrofesto. I know that's taking a lot of his time too as well, so that's kind of why we wanted to add more to the team, not to stretch ourselves thin obviously compete with any of our people too as well too. So we just want to make sure that we're still giving the proper time and space and structure. That's why we've been moving so slow with it. We've been just not trying to rush things.
Yeah.
Bite off more than we could chew. We've got offer spots to go play in LA and become a residency, but it's just like, bro, we don't want to do it in LA. We want to do it out here in the IE.
No, that's awesome.
That's
that you
super
guys
cool.
Taking that to consideration. Like, you guys want to
keeping it local, keeping it community based.
Yeah, because everything's in LA, and that's awesome and cool and all. But like our family, our home, like where we call home, is just like IE based. Yep. So it's just like we want to make sure that the crowd here is fed, that our people here are fed. We don't want to make it too inconvenient for them. As much as we'll do a pop up in LA. Don't get me wrong. Once in a while, we'll do a pop up in Big Bear. You might see us over there, but we just want to make it to where. It's a community that's built off like inclusivity and then just like honesty, just straight, just networking and just being a good human. Like that's it. You what you would not think would be much is a lot. Way, but yeah.
Now, as far as being a resident for Funday and you now building residence for Invade soon, how can you defer the difference between being a resident and being a one-off DJ for the night? Like, what do you feel like is the pressure between the two, and what do you think both bring to the table?
Yeah, so honestly, and some of that best experience comes from just like our out-of-town shows that we play. Coming in as a visiting DJ, it's like when it comes to like you going to go play for somewhere, I think the differences are super different. It's like residency, you kind of want to. What I feel like they should be helping with is just getting acclimated. Like, hey, I know you're a visitor in our home. Let me show you how things are. Let me be genuine. Let me be authentic. Let me just be mindful of like, we're both like, like we're already kind of pals for the love of the game, so to speak, And I just feel like a residence, like a job, you're supposed to kind of be like a Swiss Army knife. You want to be there to like help your team, whether it's to be the first set of the night or the last set of the night or everything in between. Yeah. You want to be able to be like last Swiss Army knife for any of those sets and just be able to provide whatever groove is called upon. And that's the beauty of being resident. And of course, what a lot of DJs lack, and I feel like myself too, I've had to learn, is just being a good promoter as a resident DJ is super underrated. Like, and it's so needed. You need it. You need to promote. You need to market. You need it, and it would just go so much more.
How would you identify a good promoter? Like, what does that go under?
I mean, honestly, a good promoter could be. It's a lot of different ways, but I feel like just whose outreach is just spoken to. Whether it's like finding your niche, you're finding like what you're going for. Your people are coming to your page for, whether it's like, shout out to our girl JDG over here that she does like her.
Oh yeah.
She's just events of the week. It's just awesome. Like it's just amazing. I've seen so many people do that after that, but like she just kills it with that, and she always just shows love to Invade, especially as well too.
Yeah,
so
she
shout
does
out
it
to her
very
always,
well.
and she does it very well. Exactly. Like it's always well smoking. It's awesome. It's just genuine. We have never asked her like, hey, can you post this? Like, no, she just does it.
Yeah, for the love of the game.
No,
Dude,
that's
yeah,
it. She's amazing. She's amazing. And I feel like, or it could be like another way. We have people who are like influencers who use it as a comedy way, and that's a way to promote events too. Like, hey, now we have this, influencer, so to speak, kind of coming and promoting our event, or they're gonna be there, and now they're showing like skits or something with it. So I feel like it's just finding about your niche lane, and then just really just going in and just like going like all the way to it.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna fail, you're gonna hit the floor, but once you hit the floor, like there's nowhere else built up. So like
that part.
Exactly. You just keep fucking trying shit until you find something that works, and then
and then once you
go
give
hard
up, I
in
mean,
that.
like you already lost. So it's like,
Do you think that like influencer style like skit type of promotion is killing the game though?
I would say,
or making the scene corny, or
yeah. So the corny part, I get it, and you know what, I get it because it's just like the skits are just like they're dramatized versions of it, right? Like they're like the Saturday Night Live versions of race scenarios. You know what I mean?
Satirizing the scene.
Yeah, which is like I just think if it's funny, like if you're just a good sport and take it to home, like you can just laugh it off, and I feel like it just like if anything, it just adds like a negative connotation to it already. What already could be viewed as negatively, so I could get how that can be kind of like shit, like. Yeah. But honestly, I feel like if people just realize like this person is like still a fan of it, like they are still like genuinely in the community. Yes, you might think they might be doing more harm than good, but you got to realize too, like that's their niche too, like that's their hustle. If they're eating off of it,
hey, you got a point.
Like honestly, like what I like hating if someone just because they're killing it, but their sits are corny. I'm just kind of like, damn, I should have thought of that first. You know what I mean? Like fuck, like, but I more power to them. Like I feel at the end of the day, if I'm losing sleep over people that are getting there by any means like that. I mean, you know what? And they're not even probably worried about me. Like, one of us is in the wrong,
like,
and it's not them.
It's corny until it's not. You know? Until it's like, oh fuck, this guy, is actually doing this or doing that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, skits, I completely agree. Some of them are just too cringy to watch.
Yeah,
and it's cool because
I definitely get it.
But
it just takes like the seriousness away from the craft, or like
No, and see, you know what? That's actually a really good tie back. That is true. Like I could see that. Like it's just like it becomes gimmicky to an extent.
Yeah, exactly.
To the point where like you want to still respect the craftsmanship, the artistry of it all, and unfortunately that's how you start getting birthed by like TikTok TVs and shit like that. So.
Man, I completely get that, and I'm glad you said it that way too, because I think we're on the same page when it comes to that, man. Like we just want a good time, but we want to be able to market ourselves in a not cheesy way that we feel like is ingenuine to us.
Yeah.
Some people that are doing some of that cheesy stuff, it probably feels genuine and good to them, and that's great. And I think something that we probably have to realize as well is that might not be us, and we're probably looking a little too hard into that. We're probably just gonna have to look away and let them do what they do. You know, like you said, we can't lose sleep over that shit.
My biggest thing in any argument, and then shout out to my boy who likes to argue Fifthborn, but my biggest thing is like, hey, bro,
shout out Fifthborn.
It's not for me, or it's not to me. It's like it don't affect me. Like like if it's not marketed to me, and I know it's not for me, why am I so bothered by
that
it?
part? I think
so
that's what we have to do.
That's what I have to do too. It's like sometimes I have to be like, man, what the fuck? You know what? I'm not the targeted audience.
It's not worth my energy.
I'm not the targeted audience. That's how it is. You know what I mean? And that's it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I feel like the group that, we're all in.
Yeah.
We're all like just geeks or nerds about music. You know? Like
and I mean a lot of my friend group, I feel like that's why they're like we're so talented. We all can just geek out and just sit there and yap fucking for hours about just like that, just like our passion. The artistry of it all, the music of it all. It's just it's an awesome feeling.
It's really cool, the community that we have. It's just like
shout out to the garage session.
All music lovers.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, man, we brought that up a little bit when Ruben was on here, but man,
if you know, you know.
If you're there, you really understand like what we're talking about, and understanding like how much we truly appreciate the craft and love being a part of the scene, and just are happy to be here overall. I mean, a lot of us don't really look back at times and see like how far we've gone into this and how much time we've put into this, but like taking a step back, man, from the 3 years that we've known each other, Red, like I know we've done crazy things, dude. I know we've been doing
yo.
crazy amount of things. Pause. But, you know, in the best way. Like, it's always been, like, us doing something out of state, us trying to progress the shows to, like, another level, us trying to, like, get together and come up with ideas to just level up, man. And it's really cool to be in that circle with people that want to be on that same page and be on that level of like thinking.
No, most definitely.
Just surrounding ourselves with like-minded people that all want the same exact fucking goal, you know.
Most definitely. I feel like honestly, just help being with like people that are hungry as you, surrounding people that just makes you even hungrier. Like I always think,
and
even
it's not
DJing like something like back to back is like a friendly competition.
Yeah.
Like, I love going 100%. Back to back with like Ruben or my boy Theban, and we're just like we go 1-1. Like we don't even do 2-2 just because it's like it's almost like a friendly fade, so to speak. On the decks, you know
me
what
and
I
Rich
mean?
just started doing that, bro.
You know, and it's just fucking. It's a different kind of
like
tango. You know, what I mean?
Jab for jab.
Yeah, literally. But it's just awesome when someone's keeping up with you and you're just like going back and forth.
And that's the thing. Yeah, once you guys are going jab for jab and are able to make like a symphony, bro, like it's wild. Yeah, it's wild.
As you start creating whole different tracks at that point, you're like, damn, like you know,
you really get into a groove.
It's awesome. Yeah, like you said, that all stems back from just being in the same network.
We were just doing that earlier. We were doing 2 for 2, but still like that shit. It was good. It's good. It's therapeutic.
No, it really is. Honestly, I think just any kind of bad days I used to have, you know, like a whole bad day leading up to an event could be kind of cleared out by a good set. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I've had some kind of like cloudy judgment days where I'm just kind of like, fuck, bro, do I even want to play this set? You play this set, and then 10 minutes in, you're just in the fucking flow.
Like, you're like lead up to it, and you're like, fuck, I just want to get this over with.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it today, whatever. Like, I'm not even.
You get in there, and you're like, hold up, man.
Yeah,
and then it goes too quick.
Yeah,
you're like, fuck, it's already been an hour.
Yeah,
nah.
And that's when I feel like I was like, fuck, man, I wish, you know what, I wish I could just be playing those Solomon fucking marathon sets.
I know, bro, I know. Me and Richard did that 2-hour Super Bowl Sunday, and we got deep in the bag, bro, and that's where I was like, damn, bro, like long sets are where it's at.
Oh man, honestly, that's actually something I want to develop for Invade too.
That's
do
when
a
you
little bit of
get into that groove.
You know, just a little peek into the future, just some springtime, daytime events.
Fire.
Some hour and a half sets. You know, just a little bit. We're gonna call it the extended set hour. You know, because we're gonna have extended hours. So
I was trying to do that this last summer. Those little poolside sessions. Got the cops called on us. Actually, that shit was crazy.
Honestly, it's just tough, and that's kind of why I mean, like how we were talking about over dinner before earlier. We gotta bring back. We gotta bring a space for us, a creative space.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be the goal this year, just to get a creative space flowing for our like-minded individuals, for our group that is just 100%. Like, you know what I mean, like if you're lucky 100%. Enough to go there in the future, shout out to y'all. But you know, we need it. The IE needs it. We need something home base for sure.
Now, going back to your sets, man, like when you are at home, like doing your resident stuff, whether it's with Invade or with Funday, how do you prep a set for there compared to when you're going like somewhere new that you haven't been before? Like, what's your mindset behind that?
So I think with Funday, you know, I definitely like to. For the most part, I like to get more of my minimal groove back over there. Okay. You know what I mean? Okay. Like I don't get too wonky with it. You
some
know,
like deep cuts. Huh?
Yeah, some deeper cuts, some more, you know, UK minimal tracks for now. Yeah. You know, some tech house if the energy's there, and then you know sometimes the clubs we play at it's gonna be more like local bars, stuff like that too. Or so. So when it's like those local bar venues, I like to go a little bit edit based too, just for the crowd that is because you get like 60-70% casual sometimes in there too. You know, vibing with you. So you know, play it. You know, I love definitely reading the crowd. You know, if you got something that the girls are going crazy for, you're definitely gonna go and give them that too. You know what I mean? So it's just awesome. Like I feel like my best sets they're just always like I never plan out my sets. I like to put in like maybe like a playlist in order of like this is kind of the vibe I'm going for this.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever followed it to the T ever once. Maybe like started the first 2 tracks with it and like from there it's just the flow. You know, like I kind of get lost in it and that's the beauty of it. Like me and Ruben have tried to even like we've done Electrofest twice now. Yeah. And the most recent time, we're on the main stage, so we're just kind of like, okay, like the weeks leading up to it, like let's plan a set, let's get together, have our track list laid out, like exactly how we're gonna go, and we kept saying it, we kept delaying it, and when it came down to it, we just like, well, I know I want to end with this, so.
Yeah, like I've said before in other episodes, you just kind of have like anchor points throughout your set, like starting kind of maybe mid, like and then your
No,
closing
agreed,
tracks.
agreed. Like I know I have tracks. Like depends on like okay, if I take it to this energy or this flow, I want to take this track to here as like an anchor point, or so and then for another track another way. But I feel like that's the beauty of it. And my sets, like I've always been like that way for the most part. I don't think I've ever, even when I was first starting off, I thought I had my whole playlist down, and I was just like, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna be straight by the book, and it was never like that.
Would you say you mix in key, or is that like pretty important to you?
Honestly, I definitely feel like I, for the most part, have been mixing in key, like especially as of lately, the last year or so, I've been improving well on that. But I've noticed too that I've just been unlocking like just different little like just jumping points that have like, whether it's like little noises on the beat, whether it's like little just little things that don't necessarily have to be the best in key, but could just be the perfect jump off to me, like just in the moment or in the heat of it, just by recalling it, like. And so I definitely do think it's important for sure, without a doubt. You gotta know your scales, but
just being like versatile, like your skills
being honestly be able to flow and fluid. Sometimes you don't even need it for the most part. I know a lot of people who don't. I know people who you ask them what's the key, they're like what, but honestly, I just feel like it's just kind of a great way to also like kind of keep you anchored down in case like you might be rattled sometimes, which it rarely happens, but it could happen. It's a good way to just be like, okay, you know what? Let me just stay in key for now, and then just ride the flow out, and so to speak.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, as an event curator, because you are one, for you right now, what are your like biggest issues or like battles you're facing when it comes to like whether it's lineups, finding a location? What to you is like something that you're facing that you think people can learn from in this situation, and how can you overcome it?
Yeah, I mean, I think over in Invade, we're still finding our footing when it comes to marketing. You know what I mean?
That's a big one. Yeah.
I feel like, that's kind of why we're actually going to be talking about trying to expand with the residents, because we need more people with more hands on deck, more marketing, more people being able to push the word, more regularly. And I feel like that's the biggest thing. The venues are there. There could be opportunities, though, where you got to just go, just talk, be assertive more, talk, introduce yourself, come approach it as a business aspect, not like as like a, I'm trying to throw a party in your place. What's up? You know what I mean? Like, no. It's not that. It's a partnership.
Absolutely. It's a business.
You're not throwing a party in someone's backyard. You're throwing someone's business who, like, it's a legitimate business. So treat it as such. Everyone should. And I just feel like, just like the marketing aspect. And then, of course, now we're going to be kind of more full-fledged diving back into it. Is just kind of like just being true to ourselves is super key. Like, I don't think we're ever going to change our identity for no one. Ever. And I don't think sorry about that. I know we won't because we want to stay true to us. We want to stay true to the community. Yeah. We want to stay true to what we believe our core values are, which is just like honestly just being like our weird true selves.
That's dope, bro. I love that. I mean, you got to stay authentic to yourself. I don't think changing up is going to do anything. What I've realized is even doing this, like OTR, like the rebrand, and even me as a solo artist, or even Denali as a solo artist, like us crafting our own, like, identity for each thing has definitely like made us better, and staying true to what we feel like the vision should be for each thing. Like he asked me the other day, hey, I think we should add like our names to the bio. I think we should make it more of a collaborative effort for the page. But what I've been thinking, and I've gotten already feedback from it, is making the OTR page its own identity, making it its own like living organism, and saying, hey, if we're not here, OTR Radio is still going. Like, what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And that I think is what we're trying to do as far as every business approach that we have, is kind of making each business its own living organism and having its own thing without us having to be the face of it or anything like that. So that's a really good way to look at it.
No, honestly, that's probably the best way too, because I feel like the work will start speaking for itself, and then they'll start saying like, hey, instead of saying your dealer, what if they know you just from the podcast? And that'd be awesome too, because you found it to one of my crafts. So that's awesome though. I like that idea.
To counter that, since we did a little back-to-back earlier, and because he had asked me like a while ago, like, oh, would be a good duo name for us. I feel like us as OTR, like as a duo would be kind of gas.
No, that would be fire. Honestly, the acronym OTR, I know Bloodhound mentioned it earlier at our dinner. Like, that's just fire.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
That's just marketing.
I thought of that on the ride here. I was like, damn, that'd be hard, bro, if like me and D-Lo played some shows as OTR.
No, that would be fire, bro. You gotta let us know when you already come out to Invade.
Bro, that'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, no, man, I appreciate that a lot. When we were doing the rebrand, I I wanted to keep on the rise because I feel like that name truly speaks to what we're doing and everyone that we're talking to. Like, you are on the rise, brother. I think what you've been doing is definitely become on the rise. Like, whether it's you being an event curator, you being a DJ. I know you're talking about even getting producing. I know I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself on this one, but I know we've talked about it off camera and off the pod, and I know you're a hard worker, bro, and you said you're a completionist. Like, you will go all the way.
No, most definitely.
Yeah, me and D-Lo both, have like seen you grow like in the last couple years, like exponentially, and it's been super fucking sick.
Honestly, it's been a blur, but it hasn't been. Like, I've taken everything like a sponge, sucked up to knowledge. I'm sure I've gotten bits and pieces from each one of y'all, like, for sure. You know what I mean? And it's just been awesome just being able to surround myself with such a community that was so embracing to me off the rip, and continually is still, like, I have no ill intent or no ill wishes to anybody. Yeah. And honestly, I wish the best for everyone too. So, like, it's just awesome being able to provide a platform that helps do that too, and also be able to just be part of a team like Funday that just continues. I feel like to be a staple in the IE environment as a whole.
I really like what you said there. Like, being able to give back to the community that embraced you so much in the first place.
No, most definitely.
Yeah, I totally feel the same way.
And that's another reason why we wanted to keep it that way, because we feel like everyone that we have here has a great story to tell and great to have saying, hey, this person is on the rise. And once we finally came back to the idea, once I came back to the idea, I was like, we got to shorten it up. And I feel like OTR sounds better.
Just
like
crispy.
Crispy, like short, like boom, boom.
Nice.
All right.
OTR.
It sounds professional.
I got that.
But
I'm going to get the merch soon.
Bro, hey, funny you say that. Bloodhound was just in here. He's like, hey, when's the merch coming out? A sneak peek, but we're talking about OTR apparel. That's going to be like the business. That's going to be the clothing line for us once we start it.
One of the many avenues of OTR.
Yeah,
man, I feel you. I started marketing myself differently too.
Yeah, you said your LLC, right?
Yeah, so we want to start an LLC coming up too, and that's just gonna incorporate more, helping us into the Invade thing, of course. But like, I'm gonna definitely piggyback off of it because I've been exploring different avenues. Like, unfortunately, I wasn't able to have my merch ready to bring. I asked Stilo for sizes. I don't know if he told you of you guys, but I have some shirts we're gonna be on the made. I think by next month we got delayed.
Okay,
I think by mid next month I'll have some samples out. I'm just gonna give it to the friends and family over, for free of charge, just so you guys can see. So it's basically this. It's this Lunar Alliance, or Archive. Excuse me, Lunar Archive. I wanted to keep it separate from RedHood, because I do have my own RedHood merchant logo, but I don't know why something gave me like I just don't want people to just be wearing my own tees. If that makes sense. Yeah. And I wanted to create an identity that could be separated from me.
Yeah, bro, absolutely.
And kind of tying back into the Invade thing, I'm just a sucker for some galaxies and some fucking moon. And since a kid, I was just staring at the moon all the time, like, damn, like, do the motherfuckers really go up there or not?
No, bro, you know what?
I was obsessed with aliens growing up, bro.
And shit, to this day, man, you see me on TikTok deep scrolling some fucking alien shit for hours.
That 3-eye atlas coming in and shit.
Exactly.
Bro, you know what, though? Like, that's great, man. And you have to keep that mentality because you're a great guy, man, and I know.
Appreciate you.
I know moving forward, bro, and even after this, I know you're gonna do great things and gonna keep the community growing with what you're doing in Invade. And when that merch comes out, bro, please let us know. Like, we're gonna shout it out. We're gonna make sure that we support it. And going back to the LLC thing, dude, like. What goes on behind it for someone that's trying to get into that? For example, us right now, we're trying to
the benefits. Or,
honestly, I'm lucky enough to have so many friends that are like running businesses. You know what I mean? And actually, it's one of the main guys I've been relying on, and who's been telling me from day one since fucking actually like a year ago plus, was Eric from Redlands. And Project Redlands, and he was telling me like, hey, dude, let me put you with my guy. My guy helped me get an LLC from this. You guys can start doing all this tax write-offs. Like, even you going to the shows, the guys you spend to the shows, like, all this could be tax write-offs. The gear you buy for the shows could be a fucking tax write-off.
That's a game.
You know what I mean? And like, that's like what are you doing? It's like, you're right. Like, I'm spending this money anyway. I'm not getting it back. Like, what am I doing? This could be like, I'm sure any of us could use tax write-offs. You know what I mean?
For sure, bro.
And so, honestly, like, I just wasn't even thinking like that. And it's awesome to be blessed with the community. Like, it's a guy like Eric that can just put me on game free of charge just because he just shows mad love.
Yeah.
And will be willing to extend a hand, and he's gonna help connect me with his people to set that up and everything.
That's fucking dope, bro. Let us know, man.
No, most definitely.
We're trying to get sum it up really quick because I know this episode's about you, but we're trying to get OTR Studios as the umbrella to OTR Radio, OTR Apparel.
Yeah, everything else. Yeah.
Everything,
Records.
like we were mentioning. Yeah, OTR Records in the future. Like, we're really wanting to make that the umbrella of everything, and
Most
we want to make
definitely.
sure
And
we
it's
start with
needed.
the LLC, right?
Yeah.
And that's super important, especially if you're trying to make it a business and a corporation.
definitely.
So that's definitely the next step for us as well.
No, great, and that's kind of where we want to get to Invade too. That's why we me and Ruben, we've been discussing about it. Like, we got to get on it ASAP.
Yeah.
Especially like if we do end up doing that studio space, like that's
most definitely.
that's gonna be
And
super
see, that
clutch.
can be tied back into that too. You know, like, to go into deeper. Start making it you created a nonprofit, like a church. You claim it up as that. You start running it as that.
Yeah,
so that's
take
some free
donations for the
So that's
studio
some free
rental.
game.
Putting
bro.
people on game right
You
now.
put it as a nonprofit, bro. It becomes
You
a whole
can't
different
rent
kind
our
of write-off,
studio,
bro.
but you can donate for some
Yeah,
time.
Exactly. Like, So,
So, brother, talk to me a little bit about how you kind of, I guess, put together your set as like what you think it should be in a Red Hood set. Like, what to you?
Yeah, honestly, while as I'm flowing through the sets, I'm just reading. I definitely have a starting point. I go into it thinking like, what kind of set is this gonna be? Is this gonna be my kind of set? When I say my kind of set, is it gonna be my typical or my personal go-to pleasure, which is like more deep tech, bendable bass.
Okay.
That Brazilian underground sound that you see is kind of coming up and bubbling now.
You know what? That's really smart that you said. Is it gonna be my kind of set? I've never thought of that. Like, having a bass line sound that you go off of, and obviously depending on the crowd,
Correct.
or the venue, or many of the variables that DJs experience.
And
then how are you gonna switch it up? But at
from all
least
the
you still
bars
have a
over there,
bass line,
Yeah.
to start off
exactly.
of.
And that's kind of like that's gonna be like,
Like
is
a-
it gonna be like my kind
like
of
a
passion
template.
set? Exactly. And I wanted to go into it thinking like that. Am I going into it to like just kind of read the energy of the crowd and flow with it? I know it's kind of a more casual crowd, or like I've even mixed in places where it was just like they don't even expect there was gonna be a house music DJ here. Like, it wasn't even announced, and you got to kind of adjust accordingly. So I'll go edit heavy and stuff like that. So I think in the time I'll have an entrance point and I'll kind of have an idea of the background leading up to the event. It really depends on the event. I like to be able to be adaptable. Like we just kind of tie back to
Throw
it,
audible in there.
Like, I want to be able to just be able to be super fluid and be like, hey, the crowd's not feeling it. Hey, this is too dark, too heavy. This is too fast. It's like, whatever case may be, like, you want some more grooves, so be it. I want to be able to kind of be able to read the flow of that, and obviously still provide a seamless experience as close as possible. And I think that's the beauty of DJing. Like my sets aren't really fully prepped ever. Like,
Yeah, you were saying.
But they might be. But I promise you, I'll still do everything in my power, and for the most part, we'll still be able to fit that bill really well.
Yeah, they say firm in your approach, but adaptable to your situation.
I like
Boom.
that. Yeah. No, honestly.
For you, like, what's that pivotal moment in your set where you're like, okay, the crowd is now hooked. I got them.
Yeah.
What
I
is
mean,
it?
honestly, just I think what it boils down to is just like one of the most constant reassurances. You can always kind of appreciate it, whether it's your homies or whether it's just someone random in the crowd, which usually ends up happening. It's just the mid set dap up you get from a random motherfucker.
Oh,
dancing.
yeah,
He comes up to you with the finger wave, like,
The
"Oh,
finger
you
wave.
motherfucker!"
Yeah,
like,
bro, and the
that.
dap.
Oh man, like you're just like, okay, I'm really cooking with hot oil.
Someone like clearly wants you to see their stank face. They're
like, yeah, like
they're calling you a
what I mean?
motherfucker.
Like,
They're
I
like,
see,
"You
honestly,
dirty
one of
bastard."
as DJs, like we can be as humble as we want, but nothing strikes our ego better than getting complimented on our taste or like our sets. And I've had motherfuckers tell me like, just hold up the Shazam with the track and just be like, it's not working, and stuff like that. And we don't gatekeep around here. If you ever want a track, just ask me. I promise.
Boom, there you go.
And
no gatekeeping.
and it's just an unreal feeling. I've
let's get rid of that gatekeeping culture. Like anybody, if any of us are ever playing a set and you want that track,
no, please, bro,
pull up.
Yeah, let me know.
Let me know. I got y'all. It's never like that. It's an honor for you to feel like my track was good enough to
it's
add
supporting
to your USB.
these artists that that we're playing. To share it more like that. That's only gonna help.
Most definitely, because I got a dude right now that I'm keeping him under the tuck. I'm not going to lie to you, but he got 4 likes on his track. I'm just like, this dude is crazy, bro.
Damn. Okay.
I have to show you guys on the way
Say
home.
less,
But,
say
man,
less.
this dude is crazy, bro. Like, how's this motherfucker only got 20 likes, 4 likes? Like,
And cooking some
you know
heat.
what I mean? And it's just like, it's awesome being able to discover that. Like, I love the the joy of just finding new music that's just like some deep cut. Like, who the fuck is this? Like, okay, fuck it. This dude from fucking Argentina is motherfucking crazy, dog.
Crate digging is like such a fun thing to do.
No, it really is.
You could just get lost in it, for hours.
Most definitely. It's a chore on its own, but I love it. I don't think of it as a chore. It's a newfound passion of mine every time.
It's another like therapy,
No, it really is.
How long are you typically looking at, like when you're crate digging? Like, how long are your sessions per session?
I'm not gonna lie. If I have the time and like the hours to speak, like honestly, what's crazy is like I'll crate dig throughout the week for a set leading up to like the end of the weekend or like whatever. If I have a couple days to it, so I'm talking about I think in total, like I promise you, like for one event, just because I like, hey, you know what, I haven't crate digged in a while, like 2-3 weeks, I'll literally go and spend like 2 hours a day for like 3-4 times. It'll be a while. Like I'll just keep coming out with different stuff.
A good session is about 2 hours.
I think minimal 2 hours is a minimal 2 hours. That's like checking all the bases, from Bandcamp to Beatport to SoundCloud to fucking Reddit to fucking you name it. Like fucking 1001 track list.
And I'm not sure if you do this, but sometimes when you're crate digging, obviously you're looking for a certain sound, and you're gonna hear songs that are fire still, but they don't meet that criteria. They don't meet that certain sound.
That's the worst.
So that shit sucks, and it creates like almost extra work because you're like, fuck, I want this still, but it's not. That's not what I need right now.
And that's where I'm like, how I'll skip this hurdle if I would be on my producer.
You know what? So I've learned that I'll either try and put that shit in another playlist on the go. Okay. But that's like so much work too. Yeah. So I'll just like usually fucking skip it. Yeah. And
it's just super essential for me to give it the car test, because like it can hear good like through my earphone or my, get me wrong, my AirPods are only as good as they are, but my phone speakers. But the car test, the track that didn't bump that great.
Yeah,
we'll tell them the car test.
I'll even go back through like after those 2 hours the next day and even fine tune it again. Yeah, like, go through it again.
No, you have to. As I'm downloading them, I'm literally like, you know what? No, last minute cut. No,
no, I don't think so.
It's cutthroat out there. Shout out to the tracks that got lost.
It matters. Like you don't want something to throw a fucking wrench in your set. Like that just doesn't fit.
That's just not it. Yeah.
Like if it doesn't feel right, like for me, like I've said in other podcasts or episodes, it's just a feeling for me. Like if I'm like really it doesn't fucking scratch that itch, then I just can't do it. Yeah, you have to be anal about crate digging like that.
You do, because it's your craft at the end of the day. Like you got to take joy.
It's your sound.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take joy in it too. So it's just like you don't want something that's like I think it kind of works. Like kind of is not good enough.
No, it has to be on the money.
Yeah.
At what point do you say, okay, the DJ before me played a certain sound and the crowd is vibing this certain way? When do you say, I'm going to switch it up. Okay. I want to do something different. Yeah. Or I want to switch up the vibe. Like, when are you saying, okay, this is enough?
So, yeah, honestly, that's a great question. I actually like that because I that's all you're processing. Like, we're always internalizing processing that like a machine. Like, as you're coming up, as you're hearing like the last 10 minutes of their set leading into your set, the switch off and then see what they're vibing to. And then of course you don't want to just go in straight, just kill the whole tempo of it or just switch up the flow of it. You got to flow it into it. I usually give it about 15 minutes minimum before I start just kind of I like to treat it as a roller coaster almost, so to speak. Like a gradual increase, and because then like even if you're gonna switch it up, you don't want to switch it up fully off the rip. You want to just kind of ease into it, give it bits and pieces. Maybe start with like something that's just like like that's kind of like could be considered both genres and so to speak, or subgenres and so to speak, and then just kind of like flow it out there,
right in that middle range,
okay, you see the type of energy shifting a bit or the type of like tempo wanted to switch a bit, so. I just feel like you got to kind of just like ease it in there too. You don't want to just like straight just hard cut it or just fucking kill the whole flow of it because unfortunately we've all seen that and it's just like it sucks for
it depends on the venue.
The handoff is so essential, bro. Like you got to learn how to hand off properly, learn how to hand off, learn how to hand off, learn how to
little tracks and field.
Man,
I've gone thrown, dude. It's some random spots like random handoffs, dude. Where I'm like, why the fuck are you playing this right now? Just because they have spite for you, because they're haters or whatever. They just didn't think about it or whatever. Like, dude,
good luck. It's an offbeat, bro. Like the lines that waveforms aren't even right. Nothing's matching up.
Hey, you know what? D-Lo style isn't this. Let's put it in. Boom.
No, literally, bro. It almost feels like a personal attack at times. You're right, but. you know what? That really tests you, like as a DJ. Like, all right,
100%.
motherfucker, like,
No,
I'm
it's
ready,
like
right?
That's exactly what I was gonna say, bro.
Some
Like that.
etiquette, too.
That's really when you're put to the test of like, okay, the handoff is now. Am I able to execute a good handoff? Because now they're gonna say, oh, well, you fucked up the vibe because you came in.
Yeah, nah, you're the one behind the next when you're fucking them, not that guy
exactly.
or the girl.
Exactly.
You know, like nope. Like yeah, so it's a challenge, but honestly, like we have to practice it. Like we have to be even when you're first coming in, you have to be able to work on just jumping into a set.
That handoff is crucial because like that's a perfect moment for the crowd to go leave, to go get drinks, to go get.
That can literally be like, you know what? Let's go to the other DJs.
Yeah, let's go to the other spot. Yeah. So if you nail that handoff, those people will stay.
And how many times I'm sure you guys can attest to is like we've seen some of the most executed, like perfectly executed events. You don't even realize they handed off. You're like, oh,
bro,
what the fuck?
Fucking
hold on, it's 10 minutes
right?
in. Like, oh my god,
like, when they get on, like, what
damn,
the fuck? Yeah,
this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's just awesome.
I like that. I know some like festivals or events like have a little pause in between sets.
a little intro.
No, I really appreciate that handoff.
Yeah, I could appreciate that for sure. I appreciate it way more because I love the flow of it all.
Yep.
I get it for like the bigger festivals. You want to do your intro, you have an outro,
good,
you want to, you could have a clip you're playing, could whatever it could be, but. I'm just a sucker for like those like underground fucking rave days where it's just like it's like almost like modernistic. Yep. You're just fucking going in, you're just lost in the groove. You don't even know what time of day it is.
Exactly.
You know what I
just
mean?
Hypnotizing.
Yeah.
Now, on a personal level, Red, like what to you, like what draws house music to you? Like why house music?
Honestly, I feel like house music is just like it's just like really core in music in general. Like whether it's like to dance, whether it's as an expression, whether it's just like, being able to just get samples from music and then just create a whole different song out of it. I just feel like it just becomes the core of a lot of whether like you hear some of this like modern like Jersey club, you hear some of like, the hip hop we listen to today, some of like these kind of more dancier tracks. Like I feel like it all stems from house music, which was just like I feel like at the time used as when it first started off, it was just to be expressed as like a different kind of movement to and it was primarily with the people of color, primarily with the LGBTQ community. So it was just awesome because like it was just people that were just like I always treated it as like an inner club, but not really, but like just for people to dance, let loose, and just kind of forget, dance your expressions out, dance your good days, your bad days out. Like,
but to have a sense of community too.
And be all embracive and accepted because we're all humans at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, there's no divisiveness. Just come as you are.
It's a safe space to fucking express yourself
and be a party where it's not like gang affiliated and it's like can I even be drinking here because he might not like me over there because I'm from here? Like, nah, bro, come as you are. We don't care who you are. We're all here to fucking dance and get lost in the art, and that's the beauty of it.
Now, with that said, though, is in your eyes, is the house scene evolving in a healthy way right now? Do you think? And if so, what are the red flags that you're seeing, and what are the good green flags that you're seeing out there?
Tell us some RedHood red flags.
RedHood red flags, man. Honestly, right I would honestly just say like maybe the lack of support for one another. Whether it's if I'm only seeing you because I'm booking you, it's like, are you really considered a friend or like a sort of, like, are you only here because you're getting booked, or are you really here for the community? As a fan of the events or the movement, so to speak. And and that's really one of the biggest and main ones. Are you only being interacted for because you're trying to collect the payday, or you're trying to hear just for other reasons? You're here just because you're getting a set time, or are you here just for like just genuine love of just of the music and the culture in general that we have? And I feel like we have to kind of just like take a step back and realize like some of your you have to align yourself with people around you with that have the same core values as you too, and you don't want to be kind of misrepresented by other people that that might say they're with you but they're really and actually behind the scenes aren't. You know what I mean? And you're not gonna really know that until you kind of get really like get beyond the networking. You guys become friends. You guys become family. And I feel like all the closest DJs I'm like super just like close with and like just like are like I feel like people I can just trust and like are in it for the love of it like I am are because we met each other the same way, hungry, trying to make something out of nothing to this day, and are still doing it just because for the sheer love of it. It ain't for the money reasons. Like none of us are getting fucking paid off of this like that now, but it's more so for like I see you supporting them. I see what you're doing and trying, giving your all, and I'm also doing that. Like, I love for it. Let's work together. Let's thrive together. And that's just awesome, you know. And I would say beyond that, I feel like, I mean, honestly, just the divisiveness of it, just the subliminal shade stuff of it all. But I'm blessed enough to be able to overlook that, not even look that way. Like, I don't get involved in the politics of it at all.
Yeah.
You know, it's unfortunately kind of tying back to what we said, the high school cliquey stuff. But
yeah. I mean, especially right there, like, that's a perfect segue. But, like, yeah, it's definitely the chase for clout out here is diluting the underground authenticity.
Yeah, and that's kind of why, like, I feel like joining Funday was something that I was really pushing for, because the underground just started to become such a messy scene at times where I was kind of just man, like...
Yeah, and Funday had something organized like, to the T.
Yeah.
Fucking
and that's
nice,
I feel like
quality events, you know?
And, you know, like, that's something, like, I feel like I want to continue to expand even with over and invade and kind of model. It's like, you know, what I model like certain aspects of it, of course, while staying true to ourselves as well. But you best believe that they are definitely someone I look at.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Like we said, it's a standard, you know.
No, most definitely, yeah.
How, you know, not only events but as a business as well should operate.
Correct.
And you know what, as far as when you're looking at the new and upcoming, like, I don't want to call them generation, right? But like we're like
yeah, you're putting unk status.
No,
on
I
us,
know.
shit, bro.
Essentially, like our class, right? Like our XXL
our
class.
2016
Yeah. I know what you mean. Like
Yeah.
this next wave of
like the next wave of up and comers, man.
Lucky, that'd be a smart idea to do that for DJs.
Yeah,
like a
that'd be
double XL.
fire. A little double XL.
That
would be fire.
A little cipher.
Kind of gas
That'd be
right there.
fire.
A DJ cipher would go
DJ cipher. Better hop in.
The OTR class
just give
of
you a
fucking
bass line, put in some
26.
drums.
Put in some drums. All right, now you do the hi-hats.
Yeah. All right. Now, as far like for the new up and coming DJs, man, what do you think that is something they get wrong when they're like getting their foot in the door and trying to talk to these like promoters, whether it's you or us or someone else?
I think kind of tying back to what we said earlier, the playing and dipping part of it. You know, playing, coming, show support after, show support when you're not even there physically. That goes a long way. That goes miles and then some. You know what I mean?
People recognize real quick.
I mean, like, I know, like, you don't want to clutter your feed and stuff with stuff, but, like, you know, a simple repost can go a long way, and a simple like and a comment can go a long way. Like, it's just that interaction that helps drive that algorithm even more.
And like we said, like, tastefully placed. You don't want to overdo shit or like be fucking kiss ass or
be
overbearing.
Like, because you know you'll be able to tell that too as well. So. You know, I feel like, you know, just kind of just being genuine, like true for the love of the game. I know it's so cliche to say, but it really is for that. Like, it's for the love of the game, you know, first and foremost. And if you're not in it to be true to yourself, like, I don't even know why you'd even be interacting with other people who are there to be true to it. You know what I mean? Like, because you'll get weeded out quick.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And you'll weed yourself out. I promise that before anything else.
You'll get sniffed out real quick.
Yeah.
And you know, this segues perfectly into what we're talking about. Like, in a nightlife where we see a bunch of shady shit happen, man, what does true loyalty look like? Whether it's venues, to groups, to labels, to anything, man. What, in your eyes, like, you see is true, like, loyalty out there?
I think just you have to realize maintaining the company that you bring around, the people that that you work with, work for, work under, work above. You guys are all a reflection of one another, so that's super key to just always intel. Like, if I'm gonna bring my people and I'm hosting at this event, and I know it's one of my people are acting a fool, they shouldn't be having to tell me to, you know, like, hey guys, like what's going on over here, or like no, it's something that should be self-addressed before it even gets to that, or because even if it does get true, you're already trying to handle it. And also, like, you want to just be able to maintain, like, a sense of professionalism. Yeah. You know, you think you want to keep getting, like, you know, just, like, opportunities. Like, if you go one and done at all these places, at these venues, and they're not giving you chances back, they're not calling you back, where you could have really had some great success, even off the first showing, that was just, like, a test run. And yourself shooting yourself in the foot because, you know, you're not maintaining that professionalism. Like, you're not going to it with the business mindset of, like, you know, like, hey, I'm not coming to pull up just to throw a party with my friends in the speaker. Like, no, I'm coming to, like, you know, come set a movement, come fuse my movement with your movement that you have established, and then let's make some money together. Let's make some magic together, you know, above all else. So that's how you have to really carry yourself and approach to it all. Like, just coming to it like a whole different professional standpoint. It's not like someone's house for a kickback, you know.
have very much professionalism to it. Yeah.
Now, away from the decks, man, and I know you do a lot of things like in the scene, and I know it takes up a lot of our time. I know it takes up a lot of your time. What are you doing outside of like the decks and events that keeps you grounded in daily life? Like, what are you doing that keeps RedHood down and humble?
Honestly, I'm still super simple. I still go back to tie back when I'm not on the decks. If I'm not hunting for music for sets, I'm literally going back to my roots. I'm actually getting back into more of my podcast. You know, shout out to your guys' podcast OTR. I go into podcast heavily. I like to go, you know, I've been going back into my hip hop bag as well. Like I love hip hop and R&B. That's where I started. That's home base for me too as well. So just kind of being able to just like disconnect from the EDM for a bit always does help a lot too. Like house. Like I just sometimes you just want some R&B. Sometimes I just want to be, you know,
run back to the roots for a second.
Yeah. Just a little couple to sing my heart out. You know, with the rain window going by. You know, and I feel like it also inspires me to musically as well too, because you'll start hearing some chords you weren't hearing before.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'll start hearing some chord progression. Like, damn, this is what they're doing on here.
Songs you've heard your whole life, but now that you know you're in this new space, you know, you just have these like ideas. You're like, wait, this could work.
And I feel like being in the space, you just develop a different kind of ears as well too. So now it's just awesome being able to go back and dive into it. And honestly, it gives like a replayability on like all this music that. No, literally, you know, it's almost like a rediscovery of it all too. I like that. Yeah,
that's super cool.
And beyond that, I feel like just kind of just going back to my roots. Like I'm big on anime and binge watching stuff like that too. So. You know, like I'll just go there, say rewatch Naruto, or go just catch on some of these newer animes that I'm into right now too. But you know, I'm a simple man. I'm not really doing too much, besides me just trying to tone and sharpen my tools in my crafts.
What anime recs are we throwing out for the audience?
Anime recs. Let's see. You want some more modern ones? We're doing Jujutsu Kaisen. That next season right now is going crazy.
Oh, I haven't started it yet.
Yeah, it's pretty. I've actually put it on Hell too. So that Hell's Paradise has started back up. That's fire too. You want something sad, go watch the one series of Erased if you want to go cry for a week.
Erased.
And then if you want to fucking, something that's long in like just 1,000 episodes or like 700 episodes, Naruto's the GOAT. That's it. Naruto's the GOAT.
Long, bro, no doubt. Now, what's on the horizon for RedHood? What's next?
Honestly, just continue to just kind of I'm definitely going into my production bag this summer, this spring. I'm just waiting to get all the tools needed, but I'm literally that's just a bit like something I've been kind of just putting on the shelf for now, but I definitely feel like I have all the tools and the drive needed that I need to do that leap now. So the production is on the way for sure. I'm gonna definitely rely on a lot of my people for that, but also just trying to make my own way, try to make it true to me. Beyond that, I'm still trying to balance between going to work, trying to be full time, trying to be a DJ, of course. Trying to help run Invade, and also trying to still go to school. So it's been crazy.
Balancing act, right?
Yeah, it just feels like I'm just juggling every time,
Yeah.
And and then through it all, I still want to be able to sprinkle, really just start dropping I have a couple like 6 designs already ready that I want to start printing out.
Sick.
For the clothing line. Shout out to Lunar Archive that I want to just get into, hopefully in people's hands by this spring. So we'll see by April, May launch date, get a little collection of like 6 different items out.
That's super fucking sick. I'm super excited for that, man. Now, one of the last questions I have for you, brother, is ultimately, what do you want people to walk away with after like one of your nights, whether it's with Invade, with Funday, with just a RedHood set in general? Like, what to you is saying, okay, I want these people feeling like this?
I think my ultimate goal, and it's something I've just heard recently this past weekend, me and Ruben has some like crazy back-to-back sets in Palm Springs and Redlands, and it's been some of our favorite sets to date. Even some of the people there that showed us, that were telling us like we had such a good time. My ultimate goal for them to come off from me coming off of my set, them interacting with me, even if I don't know them, just telling me like, oh, you know what, I haven't had that much fun or danced that hard in a while. And that's like this, honestly, like that's the biggest like DJ stroke ego for me of all time, just because like it's not like, oh, you killed it or you played to your slide. Like, no, like I literally was just able to let loose and just dance. Like that's like the biggest shit for me. Like I love that. That's like the almost feeling that like, okay, cool. Like you were locked in. Like how you kind of time back to what we said. We were a well-oiled machine moving as one. So you were caught in like you in the groove with me. Like we were as one. So you were vibing the whole time, and you could see it.
Me fucking too, dude.
It's just amazing feeling, bro.
That feeling right there is just fucking beautiful. Just being the dance commander.
Man, yeah.
I forgot what they call them. The
fucking like the composer.
The composer.
Yeah. No, that's honestly like it's just the best feeling ever. Like sometimes 100%. I feel like I just like stand back like I'm in GTA with third person view. Like holy shit.
Our whole goal as a DJ is to get people to dance.
Yes, like if people are dancing, just having the good fucking time. I don't give a fuck if you're staring at me. You don't have to stare at me. You don't have to be looking at me. I don't give a fuck about that. You can just hide me in the back. If you're just dancing your fucking heart out, you're sweating out there. Like, man, that's it. That's it.
If I could take you away from this world for like just an hour, for a little bit of your time,
just that's it.
And let you escape.
And that's just
do some music on a musical journey. Chef's
kiss right there.
That's beautiful. That's what is that meme they say? Or it's like that was like the fucking that was the big picture the whole time or some shit.
No, I agree though, literally.
For you, brother, what's next? What shows do you have next that you can tell the people you're going to be playing at?
Yeah, so I definitely have some shows coming up in March. End of February is going to be just maybe some event resident duties, nothing crazy.
Okay.
Got a big show we're playing at the end of March. Bunch of back-to-backs. That was going to be one of our, super heavily promoted ones. And it's going to be in Redlands the last Saturday of March. Sick. And we're going to probably close it out with an Invade resident DJ. So it'll be 3B or something like that, too. So that's going to be fun. And beyond that, got some stuff cooking up. You guys should definitely go out to Electrofest. Maybe you might try to go on the Electrofest afters. Who knows? So definitely be in tune. I'm going to be dropping some more dates and times.
For sure. But we're going to definitely leave all that information in the link, like in the bio below. We'll have your links for
appreciate you.
Your Instagram, Funday's Instagram, Invade's Instagram. That way you guys are able to keep up with all of RedHood stuff. Does anybody want to shout out, brother?
Honestly, shout out to first and foremost you two right here. My boys Denali and D-Lo. You guys bringing back OTR, having me as a guest. It's been an honor. Definitely shout out to Ruben. Shout out to Tia Alyssa too as well. They are rocking in the industry. Like if you know that they just hold it down.
For sure.
They've been some of the most genuine people I ever met in my life. Definitely shout out to Hypnotic, my first collective ever that I was a part of. So everyone over there, shout out to them. Shout out to Rich, you already know. And of course, just shout out to everyone who just is genuinely just been just there day in and day out with me. That people I see maybe too much. Shout out to the people I don't see enough. Shout out to my mom and dad. My stepmom, my brothers, of course, and the family.
Yes, sir.
And it's just gonna be a fun journey to keep going. There's so many people that I'm so blessed to be friends with now in the industry that. My crew group, where I've always been blessed with a big fan group, but now it's even bigger, and it's cool because we're just so locked in together on such goals that we're working on that it's just dope being around such like-minded individuals that have such a passion and a talent for the artistry of it all. So it's just awesome.
It is so important to surround yourself with the right people.
Most definitely, honestly, and it's just it makes you hungrier, so to speak. I mean, it makes you just want to be thriving more for yourself and for others. You want all of us to succeed, and it should never be no ill will or ill intent.
Got one rotten apple in the bunch, and the rest are gone.
Yeah, most definitely. And you know what? Thankfully, they've been weeding themselves out, so to speak. So it's God bless y'all. Do y'all thing, and we're gonna keep doing ours over here.
Running, All right, brother. Well, thank you so much for your time. I know we could go on hours and hours, and honestly, bro, I plan on having you back real soon. I tell every guest this, whether it's on the pod or off the pod. Right now, this is just a come up for us, bro. Whether for you and us. Next time we're gonna be in our own studio. Next time we're gonna be talking about how far you become. Then it's just a great piece of history that we're archiving and putting together.
Cool little time capsule.
Yes,
right?
sir. Cannot wait, bro. Cannot wait to see us all grow. It's gonna be awesome, man.
Thank you so much for your time, RedHood. Shout out to everybody that's been listening, man. You guys have been the best supporters. You guys are family to us. Thank you guys again from the bottom of our hearts. This has been another episode of OTR Radio. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Later, baby.